Excel, and we're going to look at how to use functions. Previously we have been looking at how to use a formula and to arrange it, and the concept of starting with an equal sign whenever you are trying to calculate out some figures. So applies to this. We're going to first look at how to enter data. We said to enter data, you just click in a cell where you want that data to appear, and you push buttons on your keyboard. Advising you to use the numerical pad on the right, the extreme right of your keyboard. Make sure that the light of the numerical num lock is pressed and that light is lighting on your keyboard. Otherwise, if that num lock is not pressed and the light is off, you're not going to enter figures, but you're going to execute the functions that are written on top of those, like home, page up, arrows, end, page down, insert, delete. So I would advise is that you use those numerical pad buttons when the num lock is pressed and the light is lighting, it's on. So I'm entering figures. I'm making a mark sheet for my students. Students of math, just picking randomly, entering 45, 51, that, and science. Okay, I'm pressing enter so that I don't waste a lot of time. Tab, for the tab, enter. Okay, you realize that it does not waste a lot of time when you're using the numerical pad. Enter. Oops. I'm picking randomly. I'm not saying these are the marks they have, but I'm just picking randomly so that we have data that we can work with in this session. Okay, so what we want to do is to look at the use of functions. A function, to insert a function, press the cursor where you want the insertion of the function to appear. Then there are two ways or three ways. You can either enter it manually, like for total. A function will appear there. The function is already developed and it's in the system. So you make use of it by pressing the equal sign. Then you realize that I want to total up. That means I'm using the summation function. So just type sum. Once you type sum, you realize that sum, as the system has already suggested for you to use sum, and it describes it, adds all the numbers in range of a cell. So this is the function I need to use, sum. Then double click at it. It will tell you, okay, sum which number? Number 1. Enter the first number. So what you do, you enter the first number. Then you realize it has a comma. Put a comma there and say is number 2. Press the number 2. Put a comma. Number 3. Comma. Number 4. Okay, that's the maximum we can go. No, we don't have number 5. So you close. You press enter. So pressing enter, it would have closed. So this is the function we are talking of. It has already given you the final output as 225. When you add all these ones, it will give you 225. That is the first option. Enter it manually. Alternative 2, use the insert. Make sure that your cursor is where you want the function to appear. Click insert. You click at formulas, and then use insert function. formulas, insert function, and then you want sum. To display everything, it tells you most recently used. I used sum most recently, but to display everything, you click all. Under categories, click all. So look out for something that is related to sum, or simply click at sum. Okay, just need to, suppose I was at the top, just press S on your keyboard. Press S. It will go on looking for the S, the functions that start with S. So standard deviations. Okay, we have the function sum appearing, and it tells you the description, adds all the numbers in the range of cells. Click OK, and then it will tell you which number 1. Click this button. Click that button and look out for the first number. Click the button again. Number 75 has been selected. Number 2, just like the other one has been doing, the manual. So number 3, number 4, click for number 4, and number 4 we are capturing this. After that, just need to, it's even giving you the last formula result as 282, and then click OK. That is another option. The third option, I'm still looking at calculating the totals using different ways. The third option is to use the formula bar, insert function. You click at FX, same issue will happen. Look for sum, or just look for the most recently used. Look for sum. Okay, this time around I'm going to use what we call a cell range. What is a cell range? A cell range is a collection of subsequently selected cells. These cells are adjacent to each other and selected as a group. That's what we call a cell range. It is a collection of adjacent cells selected as a group. So what we do when we are to use cell range, click at the number 1, click at it, and then enclose what you need to select. Click and hold at the first, hold the left mouse button, move the left mouse button horizontally to enclose math, English, social studies, and science, then release. After that, you realize that it has now written something like starting from B5, up to the dot means up, go up to E5. So it will select everything within that range. After that, click the button and click OK. You don't need to click the number 2, number 3. That is use of cell ranges, and it will calculate out the sum for you. So you realize that on top there we have different ways. We have that first way, we have that second way, then we have that third way of doing things. So it calculates out the same answer and using different ways. Alternatively, you can calculate out, if you're familiar now with 1 or 2 and you have gotten yourself an answer, just move your cursor on top of the black spot and do what we call cell autofill, and it will calculate out for the rest automatically. Do the same for average. For average, do the same, insert function. This time I need the average. Okay, so average number 1, select, I need the average of this, that added to number 2, added to number 3, add social studies, number 4, add science. We don't see number 5, and we click average. This time around, you don't enclose the totals, because total is not part of our number. The numbers that we have to calculate for the average is math, English, social studies, and science, not the total. And it will tell you the average is 56.25. If you need to enclose this total, if you need to work out using a total, what you need to do, you need to just do it manually. Equal to the total F to F4 divided by, this divided by, you just put a slash 4, because it is 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 4, and then press enter. It will calculate out 4, because it's the average is the total divided by the number of samples you are taking. That will give you the total, the average. Okay, so that is one way of doing things. Another way, equal to, you just type AV, so it will tell you average is there. Click at average, and it tells you returns the average arithmetic mean of arguments. Click at it, double click at it. Then it tells you number 1. This time I'm going to use a cell range. Select starting from that point, hold down the left mouse button, don't release it, move to the right until you enclose all the 4 subjects and press enter. It does the calculation of average. If you're confident of 2 of 3, you click hold and autofill. So it will calculate out the averages for you automatically. That is for use of functions. A function is written, already developed, and is part of the Excel software. So your task is to utilize it and make sure that it executes. You supply it with what it is going to calculate, then it calculates it. It is part of the application. Thanks for being part of this. Please subscribe to my channel, click the subscription, and then click the notification. You'll get notifications when I add new videos.